check out this photo, and this one, and this one, and this, and this, and this. All of these photos are shot on an iPhone. This iPhone, the iPhone XR. Hey, what's up guys, my name is Kai, and today I'm going to teach you guys how I edit my photos on my iPhone. So as you can see, I'm using the iPhone XR, which is released in 2018. I've been using it since then. A lot of people actually didn't like the fact that this phone has only one lens. But for me personally, I actually really enjoy shooting with only one lens. I find it quite fun and interesting because the more you take with only one lens, the more you start to get used to it. And sometimes I can just look at the view and I would already know how it's going to look like on my phone without actually taking out my phone and shoot it. And so sometimes you can just look at a lot of stuff and you would already know what would work and what would not. And so I really recommend everyone to try this out and just focus on shooting with only one lens, because when you're getting really minimal with your equipments, you start to focus on your work. You start to focus on how it looked like. You know, you're not so confused by which focal length I should use, which lens I should use. Maybe is it the right lens or maybe it's the wrong lens. So as a photographer, I really enjoy the form factor of a phone. So it's just the lens and then the screen. You just see everything. There's no buttons. There's no like picture profiles. You just see what you're supposed to see and you just focus on your art, you know. And I think for a lot of photographers, even you have a DSLR, you might try to shoot with your phone. But anyways, let's get into the edits. Okay, so now we're in my phone and the app that I use to edit is Visco. So Visco is actually a paid app and you can use it for free, but there's some certain features that you cannot use, but you can still edit most of the things. And I personally didn't regret paying for the membership because I use it a lot. So depends on you guys. And most of the things that I do here, I think you can use it with the free version as well, so you can follow along. Okay, so now here's a picture of a pineapple that I took. Very basic image, but I really like the composition and how it looked like and the colors. So the first thing I usually do is look for a filter that match how I want it to look like, you know, give it a quick direction on the style of the picture. You can change the intensity of it after you double click the filter. I want it to look a bit warm, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so the thing with iPhone photography is I tend to think that they overexpose their picture. They like their picture to look very bright. So what I do always is I make it darker. I always make it darker first. 2. So yeah, 2. And when you tap on the picture, you can see how it looked like before. Some people might say that the original picture already looked good. Why you want to edit it? Yeah, you might be right, but I just still think that there's other tone, you know, other look that it can have. So I like to edit. And another thing, a very shallow thing you can do is add vignette to your picture. No, it's not shallow, but like some people, they just add vignette to everything. But specifically for this picture, I think it will fit when you add the vignette because it's exactly at the center. Another thing that I do to avoid it to look too digital is I add grain. I always add grain, even a bit. You know, you might add a bit more than usual. Okay. And another way to make it look a bit more like film look to it, so is you add more fade. You know, you fade out the shadow a bit. So another thing I like to use is the hue, saturation, and luminance. And I think this is for the paid version. So if you want to use this one, you have to pay. But I just like to play with the green, make it look less green, I guess. And maybe make the yellow look a bit more orange. You can, as you can see, there's a difference. Too much. And make the green look a bit darker. So as you can see, this is the before and this is the after. Before, after. What do you guys think about it? I like it. Looks good. Next. Here we are at the second picture. I shot this picture during a rainy day and I'm actually behind, like I'm right behind an umbrella. That's why you see some water droplets at the foreground. I really like the texture of this picture. It looks already pretty moody, but I'm gonna make it more moody. So I'm looking for a warmer tone versus like, I want like a cool and warm tone at the same time. So hey, this one actually looks pretty nice, if you hate. And I'll add a bit more warmth to it. A bit less, yeah. Before, after, before, after. It's already started to look good. Good edit. And again, I like to make my picture a bit darker. I feel like because iPhone make their picture look really bright, that's why I feel like it lose some details. You can add more highlights. You can play with the highlights and shadow. You can see when you put the shadow up, the details start to show a bit more, but obviously don't put too much. So maybe a bit. And I'll actually make it just a bit warmer and a bit more green to it. Yeah. Grain, obviously, you know, I like grains, although they're fake, but you know, you can zoom in and see how much. This is before we add any grain. And I feel like they denoise a lot on their image. So when you add the grain back, actually, it looks more organic. It's maybe this is what it's supposed to look like. Who knows? You fade. Oh, oops. Fade a bit more. What you can do is you can play with the split tone as well. This is a pretty professional way of editing because there's more, you know, dynamic to it. So I can add more blue to the shadow, not that much, just a touch, you know, and highlight you can either choose like warmer color or cream color also. So you see the before and after, before and after. Obviously this picture looked way more moody than I expected, but it's a rainy day, and during rainy days people get emotional and moody, so it can look very, very moody. I don't mind. Now, if you want to look better, add a white border, you know, look really professional, really cool. I don't know what I'm doing, man. So yeah, this is before, after, before, after. I like it. I think it's nice. So that's about it with the edit. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I really cannot emphasize how much I enjoy taking pictures and edit on a smartphone. It's such a tiny and slim device, and you can do so much on it. And it really opens up a lot of new creative mindset and thoughts and everything. So we should appreciate this. And that's about it with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.